Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about today's video. We're talking about two of my favorite things, books and thrifting. You can't get better than that, right? We'll have a little bit of both, a little bit of a talk about books and what I have read lately, and then we're gonna go thrifting, the bookish items in mind. And I am super excited about that. I thought that'd be super fun. I'm picking up my daughter from piano, and then we're going pretty much straight to basketball. So during basketball, I've got like an hour and a half to spend where I could work on homeschool planning and I could be productive and do some things that maybe I should do, but we're going to go thrifting instead. Because isn't that more fun? Yeah, let's do it. So if you are on board and you're excited and you either like books or thrifting or both, then give me a thumbs up right now and we will get going. Let's go. I'm going to try to be a little more natural in my car. I wanted to say something and make fun of myself last time I filmed in my car. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I was like this, like I was sitting back and I don't know what was wrong with me, but like I didn't move my head and I looked like I had like my neck in a splint. It was really weird and there's nothing I could do about it because it was already filmed. So hopefully I don't look so weird and uncomfortable today. I don't like filming in my car, but it is what it is. That's mom life, right? But you didn't come here to talk about that. I read a book. Yay! Is everybody proud of me? Yay. So if you followed me for any time at all, you know that I do love books. We used to have an inn that was book themed. I have so many books in my house. I love books. I love the idea of reading. I'm a homeschool mom, so of course I love books. Do I make time to read? No, I don't. And as much as I feel like when I am old and my kids have moved out of the house and I've retired, I either want to be an author if I have any energy left. That would be huge. I would love to write some books. But if not, I would love to just read. It would be so nice to have time to read. But right now, I don't make the time. My time that I have to read is really at the end of the day, and I'm so tired, I feel like I can't. But I'm going to try to change that, and you guys are going to help me. I totally think that audiobooks count. So the book that I'm telling you about today, I read via audiobook. So we went home to Virginia last 2 weeks ago, last week, I think it was. I think it was last weekend. We went home to Virginia. I am the driver, so it's like 8.5 hours of me driving. I use my earbud and I listen to an audiobook in the car, and that's how I stay awake. I'm not huge on, I do love music, but if it's a long drive, music makes me tired, which is kind of crazy, but it does. But listening to an audiobook like gets me all excited and into the story, and I could drive easily for 8 hours. I wasn't even tired. So I picked up a book that I actually read. I don't think I finished, but I read most of it, which is sad. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't finish this. So anyway, my mom had read the whole series, said it was so good, and then gave me the books. And I had them. I've had them on my shelf for years. And then, anyway, long story short, I finally read the first book, start to finish, and it was so good. So this is the book that I read. So it's called Last Light by Terry Blackstock. It is so good. I am someone who only reads Christian books. So that's very high on my priority list, that it needs to be clean. It needs to keep my attention. I'm usually read like murder mysteries or some sort of mystery book, but it has to be clean. So if I'm recommending a book, it's going to be good. This one was so good right off the bat, which most of her books are, start to finish. It was intense. It kept your attention. It was so good. So the gist is, it starts off with this family who the father and his grown daughter are together, just got off an airplane. Planes start crashing. It's like super intense and like, what in the world is happening? The power went out. Then they get to their car and they're like, we got to get out of here. You know, this is crazy. They get to their car and their car won't start. It's this whole thing just trying to get home. They finally, I won't give you too much detail because I want you to read the book, but they get home and it's a lot to get home. It was a lot involved in that. That's a whole story in its own, but they finally get to their house. So watches aren't working. Generators aren't working. I can't remember if flashlights worked. I feel like flashlights aren't working. Like nothing's working. So they're no idea why this is happening. You know, these people that have like tons of money and are used to having everything they want. They're very, very well well-to-do family that live in a very well-to-do neighborhood. They're having to figure out how to forage for food and how to preserve stuff and save, and they save like water. And anyway, it's a very cool, like, it's not an end of the world thing, but it's kind of like that. Like, it's like an adventure mystery. There's also a twist later that makes it even more interesting. My only like warning that I'll give you, and I'm only giving you this because my teenagers a lot of times read the same books as me. So I always have that in mind too. I have one daughter who reads, like, she already started book 1, and I had to warn her there's a bad guy in there and it does mention pornography. It's nothing graphic, like it doesn't tell you anything graphic, but he's a bad, yucky guy. And so he is very involved in pornography. And so they talk about that. So just in case you have like a younger, teenager or something that reads this, that is part of the story, but he is a bad guy, but it is mentioned. So just to give you a heads up on that. So anyway, I gave her a heads up. She's like, okay, that's okay, Mom. And she was really excited to read it anyway. Super good. Super good. It ends, like, it gives you a good ending, but it also leaves you to where the power, well, I don't know if I should tell you this or not. If you don't want to hear this, close your ears. But the power doesn't come back on yet at the end of this book. So it makes you want to read book 2, book 3. I think there's 4 books, I'm pretty sure, and I have all 4. So a lot of times when I finish a book, even if I really liked it, I wouldn't say I can't wait to get into book 2. I usually am ready to switch to something else. I'm ready to get into book 2. So I'm super excited to read that book. And that is what goes into thrifting. So I would give this a 5-star. It was so good. Totally super, super awesome. So for thrifting, what are we going to do that has to do with books? So my plan is to go to the thrift store and thrift things that have to do with reading. That's going to inspire me to keep reading. At the end of the day, a lot of times I'm too tired to read, and I'm a homeschool mom, so I homeschool. Usually I'm going to basketball practice or a basketball game, and then then if I eventually come, once I get home, I have stuff to grade, or I'm ready to just plop in my bed and be on my phone for a few hours, to be totally honest. What I would like to do is thrift some bookish stuff. Like, I'm not really sure exactly. I don't really need another blanket, but if we found a really cute blanket maybe, or something cozy to wear, maybe a cozy sweatshirt, like a mug to drink out of. The idea is to try to get some cool, like, bookish things that I could use that would make me want to go sit and read book 2 in my cozy white chair in the living room every single night. So that's the idea. We're going to go see what we can find. And, yeah, if you have any ideas of stuff I should look for, let me know, but we're going to go see what we can find. You never know. It's always an adventure. All right. You guys ready? Let's go. show you guys real quick what I got. It was not the most amazing thrift haul ever. So part of me was like, oh, I should wait and maybe I'll go thrifting again tomorrow or the next day so that I have more to show them. But this is real life, and I think it might help you guys see that, like, our thrift stores, a lot of people are always like, you guys have the best thrift stores, your stuff is so good. You don't always find what you're looking for, and sometimes you don't find anything. So there are times where I leave the thrift store empty-handed. I usually just don't show that because that's kind of boring, but I'm gonna show you tonight. I only found one thing at that store, but then I went somewhere else, and I'll show you how I put my little basket together, because I do have a good little reading basket. So the thrift store I went to, you guys saw some footage of it. The one thing that I found, I could use it for reading, but it's this little cookbook stand. I thought it was really cool. I used to have a cookbook stand in my kitchen, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't have it. So usually I'm either propping my phone or I'm propping a cookbook up on like whatever random thing I can find. And I actually have been wanting a cute little cookbook stand. So this was fine. It's just a little dirty, so I just need to like clean it up. But I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was neat. And but I also thought if I'm sitting in my chair, I have arthritis, so my hands do hurt after if I have a long day where I've done a bunch of stuff. And sometimes it does actually hurt my hand to like hold a book open. So I think I could actually put my book on this too in my lap, and yay, that'll be fun. So anyway, this was only $2.50. So I thought that was a good deal for what it was. And they had some other stuff there that was cool, but nothing I really needed or didn't want to. I'm trying not to buy, you know, junk or buy stuff just to buy it. So that is what I got. But let me show you my basket. I got this basket in November when I did my November thrift and tell. If you guys saw those videos, I did decide to keep it for myself. This, I haven't even taken the price tag off. This was $6.15. So this is my little reading basket, which I'm super excited about. I also got this really nice blanket back in November too, and it's been sitting in my closet. So here is what I'm doing. I'm gonna make this little basket. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the blanket in there, but I've got my book. This is the book I'm starting. This is book 2. So this will go in here. I got myself 2 treats because I thought I've got to make sure that I have something to look forward to read every day, even when I'm tired. So I got a giant thing of goldfish. That I love goldfish, and no one else is allowed to eat them. These are mine. And then I also got some brownie brittle. This is really yummy if you haven't had this before. These were not like an amazing deal, but I got them at Dollar General. So I just ran in there because I didn't have time to go to another thrift store. So I got those. And then one other cool thrifty thing, not a thrift store, but a thrifty thing. At Dollar General, all their Christmas stuff was like 70% off. So I found these jammies, and I wanted to get something cozy to wear. Like I was hoping for a sweatshirt or something at the thrift store, but I didn't find one. These were normally $12.50 and they were like $3.45. So how cool is that? It's just like a top and a bottom, and they're just flannel, and then the top. So it really isn't even Christmassy because it doesn't say anything. I got one for my husband and one for me. So we have matching jammies for $3.45 a piece. That was amazing. And they had ladies jammies, but it said like something like I love Christmas or Jingle Bells or something, but I wanted it to be plain, and the men's one was totally plain. So I'm hoping this will fit and won't be huge. But I thought that was fun and cozy. So that will go in. Well, I'm just going to wear that. That's my little reading basket. Super cute. I'll put it next to my chair, and hopefully I will do better at reading. Yay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So thrifting it's fun. It's a treasure hunt, but you don't always find what you need. So don't give up. I'm not going to stop thrifting just because I only found one thing today. So don't give up. Keep trying. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.